What is up, YouTube? Silver Baggins here. In this video, I want to talk about the top 10 stacking mistakes. Let's do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I sincerely appreciate it. This one is on the top 10 stacking mistakes. Now, most of these are for silver stacking, as I'm primarily a silver stacker, but a lot of these can be for gold stacking and just precious metals in general. So we're going to get into these. Most of these are mistakes that either new stackers will make. I've made a lot of these and we'll talk about them, but I'm making this video because I wanted to get some information out there to, I guess, the just sort of newer stackers that are just starting out, and sort of help them not make these mistakes that people have made in the past, especially ones that I made. So yeah, and also if you are a veteran stacker, there's a lot of good information in this video that could be useful for you, so definitely stick around and watch it so you don't make one of these mistakes as well. So let's get right into the top 10 stacking mistakes. Now let's start with number 1. Overpaying. A lot of people have made this mistake, especially when you're new. It's hard to know what a good price is. You don't want to be overpaying for your silver. So one thing you can do is absolutely shop around. If you are at a local coin shop, then don't just take their word for it. Look online, check prices. One thing I overpaid for was this Morgan dollar. Yes, I paid too much. I think I paid $18 for it, and it's a coal. It's not worth that at all. I did have a video on that in the past as a silver stacking mistake that I made. But yes, definitely check around if you're buying, especially numismatics. This is not a key date or anything. I mean, it's 1921. It's just worth its weight in silver, really. Maybe a little bit of a premium, but not usually. It's constitutional silver, so it doesn't really carry too much of a premium. I paid way too much for that. I should have only paid like $16 or something, but you know, you live and learn. I also have paid too much for other coins like the pandas. These can have crazy premiums. I think I paid like $8 over spot for this one, and I wanted it. It was 2018. I was like, I want that. I'm gonna buy it. And they went on sale shortly after I bought it, and I could have saved a lot of money. So wait for the sales too. If there's certain things you want to buy, don't just buy them right away. So yeah, and also when you're looking online, look at multiple websites. Don't just go to one. So go to JM Bullion, APMEX, Provident, you know, the big ones, and see what all they're charging for either American Silver Eagles or whatever you're trying to buy. Just make sure you're not paying way too much. So if your local coin shop is saying, hey, yeah, we charge $5 over spot for American Silver Eagles, that's probably way too much. So if you're new, don't pay that price. Shop around because you get them a lot cheaper elsewhere. Okay, let's get to number 2. Buying for no reason. Okay, so this one basically has to do with what are your silver stacking goals. Now, if you are a just collector, you're just doing it for fun, then you can buy literally whatever you want. But a lot of people aren't just straight up collectors. This is a really cool Disney one. It's from their 90 years, and maybe a Disney collector would like something like that. But if you're trying to stack as an investment, you know, you're not a coin flipper or anything. If you're trying to stack for SHTF situation, then you probably want to stick to constitutional or government bullion. If you're also just trying to buy as an investment when the silver price is low and then cash in when the spot price goes up, if it ever does, then you should also just be buying the cheapest silver you can. So don't just go out there and buy a bunch of crazy stuff that doesn't fit in with your goals. But like I said, if your goal is just to be a hobby collector, then you can literally buy whatever you want. It doesn't matter because your goal is to have fun, right? So I always say stack what you like, and that goes in line with buying for what your goals are, so don't just buy for no reason. Okay, let's get to mistake number 3. storage. This is a big one. In fact, this is one that I definitely made mistakes on at first. So when you buy silver, even if you only have 10 ounces, do not leave it lying around. It's money. I literally just had mine in a tub in my basement, and anyone could have had access to it. It wasn't locked up, it wasn't hidden, it was literally out in the open. So that's just asking for it to get stolen. Like if someone breaks into your house, or you have company over that's not legit and they got sticky fingers, then it's just gone. So you want to either hide it really, really well or store it in a big, heavy safe, preferably hidden safe. If you got a gun safe in a safe room, then that's perfect. That's basically the best you could get. So yeah, you definitely want to store it either really well hidden or in a big heavy safe they're going to have a hard time moving or getting to. Absolutely. So that is a mistake a lot of newbies make. Let's get on to number 4. Handling. Okay, so when you're handling silver, if it is in a capsule, then you can touch it with your bare hands. No problem. I can pick it up, I can look at it, I'm not going to damage the coin. It is totally okay. If it is not in a capsule and you touch it with your bare hands, you could get oils from your hands on it. So you want to buy some gloves, buy some cotton gloves. Don't get latex or plastic or something. You want cotton because it's natural fibers. So get cotton gloves for handling coins that are not in a capsule. That's definitely must for newbies. Now, if you're just stacking bullion or constitutional silver like this, just junk silver, then it's already been handled. It's okay to touch. No big deal. But if it's, I would even say a lot of people touch their American Silver Eagles with their bare hands. I don't. If it's just bullion and you got hundreds of eagles and they're all tarnished and coals or whatever, then who cares? But if they're BU and they're pretty good condition, try and keep them in good condition. There's no use tarnishing up a really good looking coin when it could be a MS69 or a pretty high grade, and someone might want that one over a tarnished one. So yes, handling coins, use gloves. That's a mistake newbies make. They don't use gloves. Okay, let's get to number 5. Buying fractional silver. This one obviously has to do with silver and not gold because it's fractional silver. Also buying fractional gold, you don't want to buy like 1/20th ounce or 1 gram because the premiums are just way too high. And that goes with silver. Anything under an ounce, if it's not constitutional silver, you're going to pay a crazy premium on. I got a couple pieces here. This one is a 1/2 ounce. I think it says it on the back right at the bottom. Yeah, you can just barely see it, 1/2 ounce. So this is a 1/2 ounce of silver, and then this other one here, this littler one, is a 1/4 ounce of silver from the Golden State Mint. So yeah, you can see it right by my thumb, 1/4 troy ounce. I don't know if you guys can see that, but fractional silver has crazy premiums. If you bought 2 of these 1/2 ounces, you would pay way more than if you just bought a generic ounce. Same with the 1/4 ounce. If you bought 4 of the 1/4 ounces, you're going to end up spending way more than if you just buy a 1 ounce piece. So fractional silver, you're way overpaying. Don't do it if you're new. I know you want to break it up for a barter situation in the future or whatever, if that's why you're stacking and buying. If that's the case, then just buy constitutional silver. I mean, constitutional silver dimes are 1/14th of an ounce, so you can't break them up much more than that, so go with those. All right, enough on fractionals. Oh, and on fractional gold, you can go to the 1/10th ounce. It's not too terrible, but 1/20th ounce and anything smaller I would not recommend for fractional gold. 1/4 ounce preferably, or higher on gold. Okay. And I think I forgot a T in there, which I'm just now noticing. I blasted this up on my computer. So I'm going to use my APMEX swag gold and add a T on there. Just because I'm probably going to get reamed in the comments if I don't do so. Okay. Fractional silver, number 5. All right, let's go on to number 6. Fake precious metals. Okay, so when you're new, you have no idea how to determine if it's real or not. So the best thing to do is just to buy from reputable dealers, okay? So don't buy from Craigslist, don't buy from a small dealer off of eBay that's just one dude selling silver, because it could be fake. You could get burned. This is one thing that I have not done yet. So far, I've been able to stay away from anything that's fake. All the silver I bought is real and legit. So yes, I want to just hit hard. You need to buy from reputable dealers. I'm not saying you can't buy from eBay if you're buying from a big bullion dealer like APMEX or something who's selling on eBay. That's okay. Just make sure that it's, you know, a reputable source that you're getting your gold or silver from, especially gold, because, you know, if you fake an ounce of gold, you just made 12 or 1300 bucks, right? Silver is a little bit less meat on the bones because they're only 1550 or whatever for an ounce. So it's not fake that much, but it definitely is faked. I mean, if you're buying something that's way under spot price, it's probably fake. So don't make that mistake, definitely. Okay, let's get to number 7. Credit card. Now, I put this down for 2 reasons. The first reason is when you're buying online, if you pay with a credit or debit card, you end up paying 4% more than if you pay with a check. So you're going to end up spending more money. Your cost average is going to be up. So you want to stay away from cards. Stick with either a check, or you could do money wire, but it takes a lot of money. You got to be doing a massive purchase usually to do a money wire. So, and the other thing I wrote down credit card was for, you don't want to be stacking with borrowed money. You want to be stacking with extra money. So money that is not needed for bills or whatever, like once everything is met, then you can use your extra money to stack with. So you don't want to be putting anything on credit. Okay, let's get on to number 8. Telling people. This is actually a huge one, especially for new stackers. They want to tell the world, I have bought precious metals. I have cool silver, cool gold at my house. Yes, you do, but you should not be going around telling people that you have precious metals. That puts a target on your back. If there ever is, you know, a situation in the future where precious metals are much more valuable, or even if just people know in general that you have precious metals, either way, you're going to be a target. And so you want to keep it secret for the most part. I mean, you can tell maybe your spouse and that's it. I mean, I would recommend telling your spouse unless they're sketchy, and I don't know why you married someone sketchy. That's a different issue then. But, you know, you don't want to hide anything from your spouse. So, you know, I tell my wife everything about all my purchases and all that. But, you know, I wouldn't really recommend telling anyone beyond that. I mean, if you have really, really close family and friends, you just never know. I mean, to be on the safe side, you just, if you don't tell anyone, then you know no one knows, right? But if you tell one person and then they tell one other person, that could lead to you getting your stack stolen, especially if you keep it at your house. I don't really recommend putting it in a you know, box at the bank, safety deposit box. I would recommend keep it at your house, but keep it in a big, heavy, hidden safe and don't tell anyone. That's the best way to go. So that's a mistake new people make. So don't do that. Okay, let's get on to number 9. Number 9 is numismatics. Okay, so when you're new, you probably don't know what all the valuable coins are. So I would say stay away from them, because you totally can get burned. You can end up paying way too much money for a coin that's not worth that. You know, when you're first stacking, you're pretty much just stacking for either weight or to save money and whatnot. And if you're trying to save money with gold and silver, you don't need to be buying rare coins. Unless you're just a collector and you want to buy those for fun, then you're more of a coin collector, not really a stacker per se, you know. So I would say as far as numismatics go, stay away from them and don't overpay. If you are going to wander into those, they can be fun and awesome, but just, you know, don't pay way too much. Make sure you're getting a good deal. You're not getting ripped off. So at least at the bare minimum, get the red book and look up the prices in that before you buy anything, or at least, you know, look online or something. So those are just can be sketchy when you're new, starting off. And if you don't know what numismatics are, they're basically like collectible coins. So, you know, coins with the date on them and stuff like that. Okay. Let's get on to number 10, the last one on the top 10 stacking mistakes. So here we are with the very last one, and I'm almost running out of room here, so I'm just going to get rid of this. And it is stacking too fast. Okay, so this is one that a lot of people make when they're first starting off. They just want to buy, and I get it. It's super fun. I mean, something comes out and you want to pick it up, like these awesome dragon rounds came out and I had to get one. Very, very cool, right? But you don't want to be stacking too fast. You don't want to be stacking beyond your means. Just like not buying stuff with a credit card, you also just don't want to be putting yourself too thin to where you'll have to sell some of your stack just to make ends meet, right? So that's why I say always just buy silver and gold that you're going to stack with extra money that you don't need for bills. Don't budget yourself too thin to where you can't buy food or something else because you just want to stack. And I mean, I know it's fun, you know, buying silver, buying gold, that's super fun. I get it. But when you're new, just definitely don't overbuy, because you could probably have to sell some of your stack. And that's never a good thing, because usually if you buy and then sell right away, you're probably going to take a hit and end up losing money, unless you get really lucky on a coin flip or something. But that's pretty rare when you're starting off, especially trying to flip coins if you don't know nothing about it to make money off of coin flipping. But anyway, those were my top 10 stacking mistakes. Like I said, I've made some of them for sure. I definitely handled coins without gloves. I stored them out in the open. I have overpaid. Yeah, I made a lot of these. So, you know, if you're new, definitely learn from my mistakes, learn from the mistakes that other people have made. Don't make those mistakes yourself. And that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely leave me a thumbs up. And also drop a comment if I missed anything, or if there's anything you would like to add to the top 10 stacking mistakes. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Silver Baggins out.